Hey Vanessa, Connor here at Handy Toyota. I heard you had an interest in checking out our 2011 Corolla L, and you also had an interest in checking out a Matrix. Unfortunately, we don't have any Matrices on the lot, but we do have a 2012 Rav4. It's going to share a lot of the same qualities, and it's also going to have the four-wheel drive. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to show you some of the cool features on both of them. So the 2011 Corolla L is going to have a 1.8 liter four-cylinder engine. It's going to help you get a gas mileage of somewhere between 30 and 35 miles per gallon overall. So on the front here, we're going to have multi-reflector halogen headlights, and that's just going to help you out with the visibility at night. And then for the tires, we're going to have 15-inch steel wheel tires, and it's going to have snow tires already on it. So the 2011 Corolla L is going to be your base model Corolla. It's going to have a lot of standard features. One I'd like to point out is going to be the traction control. That's part of the 5-star safety system. Essentially what traction control does is when you're driving and the wheels start to slip, the engine is going to cut down the RPMs, and also it's going to be brake actuated to regain control while you're driving. And here we're going to have the audio center, just like your basic audio, but it's going to have two FM settings. It's going to have the auxiliary and the CD player built right in. And then for the climate control, we're going to have the original settings for the defroster, 4-speed fan, and we're also going to have the rear defroster as well. And then right here we're going to have the auxiliary plug-in. So if you have an auxiliary cord and want to play music through the Corolla, you can do that as well. So also standard on the 2011 Corolla is going to be the 12-volt plug-in. So you have accessibility for that as well. So the 2011 Corolla L comes with a 5-speed automatic transmission. That's also going to have the different gears. So if that's something you're interested in while driving in harsher conditions, you can just drop the gears down. It'll slow the car down a little bit faster rather than using the brakes. Kind of makes it a little safer when driving on harder conditions. So, for being a smaller car, the Corolla is the compact car that Toyota makes. It's mostly made for fuel mileage and everything. This front seat is pushed all the way back, and I'm between 5'7" and 5'8", and I still have a good amount of leg room, definitely for being a compact car, which is a good thing. And also in the back, we're going to have two fold-out cup holders as well. That comes standard on all the Corollas. So also standard on the Corolla L is we're going to have the rear folding seats. So we're going to have plenty of trunk space back here. You're also going to have your floor mats that come with it. You're going to have the trunk cover as well. And if you just want to check out the back here, you can see how much extra cargo room we're going to have when we lay the back seats down. So for the Corolla L, we're going to have the crank windows and the manual door locks. Basically, the Corolla L is the affordable line of Corollas. So for the Rav4, we're going to have a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine. We're also going to have the available four-wheel drive lock. And just like the Corolla L, we're going to have the multi-reflector halogen headlights on the front here. And then built right into the top for this model, we're going to have the roof rack. Pretty much accessible for just about anything you want to throw up on there. So for the wheels on the Rav4, they're going to be a little bit different than the Corolla. They're going to be 17-inch alloy wheels. Essentially, alloy wheels are going to be a little bit more durable. They're going to be lighter, so they're going to help with your handling, and they're going to help you improve gas mileage as well. And for the Rav4, while in two-wheel drive mode, you're going to see an average 22 to 25 miles per gallon, which is pretty good for an SUV. So just like many SUVs, we're going to have the folding rear seats. It's going to open up the cargo room a lot more. And I'll show you from the back here. And since we have the tire mounted on the back, the spare tire, it's going to open up a lot of room, both in the trunk and underneath. So as you can see, we're going to have the plastic covers for the trunk and the floor mats as well. And then if I pop this up, we're going to have plenty of extra storage room underneath as well. So also in the rear of the Rav4, including up front, I'll mention those in a little bit, we're going to have the 12-volt hookup right here. And then for a little bit more security, we're going to have the seat buckle tie downs. That's going to help you with securing the load, and then the other tie downs down here as well. So you can see they're going to be on both sides. So as opposed to the Corolla L, we're going to have all power door locks and power windows with the one touch. Make that a little bit easier. And then we're also going to have another another 12-volt plug-in right up front, as I had mentioned earlier. So in the Rav4, it's going to be a front-wheel drive vehicle, but there's also going to be a four-wheel drive lock. So basically there's a differential in the transmission of the vehicle. When you press that in, it's going to give 50% power to the front wheels and then 50% to the back. So it basically has the ability of a truck when it comes to driving in harsher conditions. And then also on the side, we're going to have this button that says DAC on it, and what that stands for is downhill assist control. So if you're going at a slower speed and you're going down a steeper incline, sometimes vehicles have a tendency to sway left and right. Basically what the DAC does is it's going to work like the traction control, and it's going to be brake actuated, and it's going to automatically regain traction while you're driving just through a few sensors in the ECU. So for the head unit, it's going to be kind of your average head unit. It's going to have the two FM and AM different choices here. And then if you hit the media, it's also going to be Bluetooth compatible. So if you have a phone or device that's Bluetooth compatible, you can sync that up and play music or make phone calls right through the Rav4. As you can see here, here's the phone button. You just press that, and then you can make calls right through the Rav4. So also on the Rav4, we're going to have the radio controls right here. You can change the FM settings, the volume, change the radio station, and then your display button is going to tell you all the different facts about how the car is driving. Then also we're going to have the two cup holders built right in for the front with the removable plastic, so it's a little bit easier to clean. And then for the center console, we're going to have a couple different storage options. We're going to have the main storage option with a 12-volt plug-in right in there as well. So we're going to have a total of 3 12-volt plug-ins. And then also we're going to have just a little bit extra storage here. I think that's mostly used for your USB or your auxiliary cord, which we're going to have that applicable right here. So you can plug in any USB compatible device you have or an auxiliary cord. So also the 2012 Rav4 comes standard with the Moonroof with the tilt slide feature. So I can slide it open completely. And then once I shut it, if you don't want it completely open, you can just press this button right here. And it's going to pop the back up about 2 inches. So Vanessa, I just showed you some of the cool features on our 2011 Corolla L that we have, and also our 2012 Rav4. I know you're kind of looking for the Matrix, but I think the Rav4 is definitely a good match for you. You can reach me here at 802-528-2252, or just stop in and say hello. Thanks.